Hello everyone, this is Francis from Vancouver. I'm back in Vancouver and I wanted to say Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, to your family. Make it the best year ever. And thank you so much for watching for an entire year. I think I'm close to, I don't know, it doesn't even matter, but lots of people have watched and I'm so grateful and blessed for everything. So again, Happy New Year. Let's make the best of 2018. And tonight I wanted to talk about two different things. The number one is that I have a bad news and a good news for you. The bad news is that you've heard it many different times, but only 8% of the people will accomplish their resolutions or their goals. So we're all excited. We're starting the year. We're like, we're going to do this and that. I'm going to have a better body. I'm going to blah, blah, blah. And, I'm going to go to the gym and 3 times a week. And then I'm going to, whatever the goal is and whatever the resolution, the stats are, 8% of the people are accomplishing it. So they start a program. They're like, I'm going to learn how to make more money and I'm going to do this. And at the end of the day, they fall short on resilience. They're not keeping it. They're not doing it. And you know how much time it takes? Only 15 days. After that, 8% of the people will continue. And I have a trick for you, which is the good news. Because the good news is that this is your choice. And I think that a lot of us are working on our goals. And I remember last year talking about intention. And intention is so important. I even asked myself, what is my intention about this video? And this video is, I want to make sure that I'm going to help as much people as possible this year to accomplish their dreams, to stay resilient, to make it happen. Sorry, there's only 10% left, so I'll be short. And the intention is, I'll give you an example. I remember reading this. There was a CEO that, a new CEO for an aluminum company, and he made a speech in front of all the shareholders, and he said, here's my intention this year. My intention this year for you is to make sure that this company will be one of the safest company in the industry. People are like, what? What are you talking about? You're a new CEO and that's what you're saying? You want to make sure that safety is good? Like, what about the companies? What about the revenues? What about the market share? People were freaking out. Some people even wanted to sell their shares and some did. What ended up happening is that intention had a ripple effect. The ripple effect is that now employees are like, that's good, safety is great, right? Like less people are gonna die. And that when you're in a safer environment, you make less mistakes. If you're making less mistakes, then your productivity is increasing. If your productivity is increasing, the revenues are increasing, or you have more sales. And then you have more sales, you have more market share. The whole thing started with one intention. And another example is, for me, one of my intention is to serve as much as possible this year, like I did last year. And adding that component of no judgment, with no expectations. Because sometimes, even though you have no expectation, down in your heart, and especially with the campaign of the GoFundMe campaign, I'll be very honest, like some people, people that are close to me haven't even contributed yet. And that's okay. Because I realize, why does that affect you, Francis? Why does that affect you? If you know you're going to do it anyway, does it matter who it's coming from? No. And you're giving out of your heart. It doesn't matter. And these people matters to you anyway. They've changed your life in so many different ways. So be grateful, be blessed. It's all good. Don't worry about it. And it was a great reminder because I know that this year has been the best. Last year has been the best for me because I served. And that was my intention from the beginning. So all I have to work this year is on my intentions. If I have the intention to have a healthy mind and body, then there's so many different ways or goals that I can have. I can eat better, I can sleep longer, I can go to the gym. There's different ways. So all I have to work on for me, is when I wake up, who can I serve today? Intention number 1. Intention number 2, how can I have a healthy mind and body today? You know what? Maybe today, less alcohol. I'm not drinking alcohol, or I'm going to go to sleep earlier, or I'm going to eat better. So every day, I fulfill my intentions. You see the difference? You know, you have a goal, like it seems like a lot of pressure, and an intention is stronger because it feels it's deeper in your heart. It's not just like, oh, I gotta do a list and I'm in my head and, you know, because blah, 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 blah. It doesn't work that way. And here's a fun exercise. That's where we're going right now. I've learned this from Kyle Cease. And he said, it's called the KYLEGO exercise because his name is Kyle and his friend Diego made that, so they just said KYLEGO. So how about you play this game? The game is you pretend that you're a year from now and you're saying, I can't believe I remember how this year has been so good. And so for me, if I just do that exercise, which by the way, you can do every day, you can do it on a monthly basis, quarterly basis, annual basis with another person, because that person is just going to jump into the story with you. So I can say, hey, I remember when I set my intention this year, it was amazing, because as soon as I set my intention to serve with no expectations, no judgment, I started to have more ideas, and I'm like, wow, you know, I'm going to go see some companies, and these companies, they can give me some sponsors for my project, the GoFundMe campaign and the trailer project. And I had to reach 35,000, and I decided to serve the employees on one-on-one with my coaching for 3 months. And then they gave me some sponsorships. I started to have so much traction, I made it happen. And then somebody could be with me and say, I remember, Francis, yeah, because you know, you did it, you made it happen, 35 grand, and then you went to 3 locations in the US, and then you started to have more tractions. People were following you. You know, who did you interview? You interviewed Sparsh, Elizabeth Gilbert, Brene Brown, and then more people came in, like Brenda Bouchard, and you know, on and on and on and on. And oh, I remember something, Francis. Do you remember you went to Italy again? You loved Italy, and you met Jessie, your friend that lives there, and she has some crazy ideas about a retreat. And you guys in November made it happen. It was such an amazing time, and you're talking about Greece for next year. And by the way, you met the girl of your life, the girl that you know in your heart she's going to be the woman, the lover, and the mother of 2 of your children. Do you remember that? And then you have your friends that are jumping in, probably 1 at the time, and it's just fun. You do it on a continuous basis. I want to do it every month with my accountability partner, London. And so that's called the KYLEGO exercise. Call it whatever you want, but just play and be in your game. You just feel it in your body, how that feels in the future, what you're going to live. And it's fun. That's fun. Like, you can do it more often. And I think that sometimes by saying it, you realize what your limiting beliefs are. You might say, well, you know, it seems a bit too big. Doesn't matter. Just do it. And maybe not everything's going to happen, but the fact that you're doing it and on a consistent basis, most of your intentions will happen. And you'll discover things. So for me, another intention is just to be out of my comfort zone more often. You know, done is better than perfect. Do it, learn, fail forward faster, make it happen. Doesn't work? Fine, I'll find another solution. And that's what drives me. That's why I want to do the documentary on resilience. And I'll make it happen. And hopefully what I've done so far last year has helped you. And so here's the thing. So if you like this video, share it to someone, like it. If you feel connected with the subject of resilience, well, you know, if you can donate, that's awesome. There's amazing perks. If you can't, that's fine. We'll make it happen. Really, my intention is to serve you as much as possible from this place, to touch you right there. And if it's not me, here's the interesting thing about serving that I've learned is that sometimes you serve to someone, and most of the time, it doesn't come back from that person. Which makes it so cool, because now when you serve, you're like, I know it's not going to come from that person. Let me just help her or him. And that makes giving so fun. And then you're almost excited about seeing, where is that going to happen? Where is that going to happen? And for me, there was more abundance in my life with real estate by working on my passion. So I wish you're going to have full of aliveness in 2018. Work on your intention. Do that fun exercise, which is called KYLEGO. Check him out. Like, Halsey's an amazing guy. Again, Happy New Year. Wishing you love, aliveness, fun, and manifestations of all the desires that you have. Have an amazing one.